SEAL, part of the Navy's elite special ops team, who took rounds from a machine gun in his face and arm in Iraq last year. Jason posted a bright orange sign on the door of his hospital room at Bethesda National Naval Medical Center. It read, "Attention to all who enter here. If you are coming into this room with sorrow or to feel sorry for my wounds, go elsewhere." The wounds I received
in a job that I love, working with people that I love, defending the freedoms of people I love, and defending the freedoms of a country I deeply love.
It was, we were about 3 weeks before we came home. We were actually at the end of our deployment, and very successful deployment. We had done a lot of really good work over there. We'd also had a lot of really close calls. That night, September 12th, we got word that a very, very bad guy we had been looking for, we were going to go after him that night. So as we went out on that mission, long story short, we got into a big firefight. We had moved out into a field after some individuals that had fled the target, and we were on the north side of a very densely vegetated area. That one of my guys got hit off to my left initially, and when I turned at that, then I got hit in the arm. So I dropped in this field in the middle of all the fire. Called out, let them know I was hit. Called back on the radio and let them know, hey, we're in troops in contact. And at that point, one of my other guys was hit. I slid over towards them and I started trying to get a tourniquet on. And I guess as I was trying to get my tourniquet on, that's when I got shot from the side, which caught me right in front of the ear, and it traveled through my face and out my nose. It blew out basically my entire cheekbone, broke the cheekbone, what was left of it, and kicked it out to the right and shattered all the bones around my eye. It shattered my jaw all the way down to here, exposed the nerves over my teeth, and definitely put me in a bad situation. But at some point, as I lay there, I was laying flat on my back and I was looking up at the sky, and I remember seeing the stars, and I didn't have anything left. And I recognized at that moment that this was it. And my thought was of Erica and the kids, and I called out to the Lord. I said, Lord, I want to go home. I want to see my wife and kids again. Help me and give me the strength. And I feel that it was like right at that moment that suddenly I felt like I had energy again. However long, 5-10 minutes, I was talking to my guys, hey, how long before the medevac? Because I knew that I didn't have a whole lot of time. But I had strength. I had the ability to stay awake, and I got it in my mind. I said, as long as I stay awake, I'm going to make it. Stay awake until I get to the ER. And finally, the fight was done. They brought the medevac bird in, and it couldn't land right where we were. It had to land about 75 yards away. So I went from not being able to move and dead almost, to suddenly I had the strength that I got up. And I told my team lead, who came over to me and put my tourniquet on finally, I said, hey, pick up my arm and get my helmet. And I walked 75 yards and got on the helicopter.
Erica, you received that call that every military spouse dreads. The phone call was interesting. I got home and looked at the caller ID, and it was missed call, U.S. government, and didn't dawn on me. I said, why is he calling me so much? Why is he trying to get a hold of me? And the phone rang, and it was his CO, and he got out his name when the call was dropped. So at that moment, my heart went to my stomach, and I knew Jay hadn't been calling me. His CO had been calling me every 10 minutes, from Iraq. So I knew it wasn't good. He wasn't calling to chat with me. And he called back a few minutes later, and the phone call again got dropped. And called back a third time and talked to me for about 45 minutes and pretty much gave me all the information that your husband has been shot in the arm, your husband has been shot in the face, you are not going to receive a phone call, he's wired shut, and he has a trach. He said your husband's the luckiest guy, he's alive. And the biggest thing I was scared is you hear your husband's shot in the face, I'm thinking brain injury is you're telling me he's okay, but is he really? And one of the first things he said, Jay woke up and said, are my guys okay? Has my wife been notified? And do I still look pretty? And to me that was huge because I knew mentally he was still there, he was okay.